Have you ever cleaned an entire room and somehow felt worse when you were done? Not because the room looked bad. Actually, that's the strange part. Everything looked fine. The floor was clean. The dishes were put away. Nothing was obviously wrong. And yet, the room still felt messy. Almost as if the house was holding on to a kind of noise you couldn't quite find. Most people assume clutter is about how many things are in a room, but sometimes that's not what you're feeling at all. Sometimes what feels messy is attention. Think about what happens when you walk into a room. Your eyes don't stay still. They jump from a basket on the floor, to a pile of books, to the cables under a desk, to the decorations on a shelf, to the papers near the door. None of those things are a problem by themselves, but together, they create movement. And the brain follows movement automatically. Even when you're trying to relax. Especially when you're trying to relax. The strange thing is that a room can be completely organized and still feel overwhelming. Because order and calm are not always the same thing. A bookshelf can be organized. A countertop can be organized. A collection can be organized. But if everything is asking to be noticed at the same time, the room never becomes quiet. Your eyes keep working. Your attention keeps scanning. And somewhere in the background, your brain stays slightly alert. Not enough to bother you. Just enough to keep you from fully settling down. This is why some hotel rooms feel peaceful within seconds, and why some homes feel exhausting even when they're clean. The difference is often not cleanliness. It's visual volume. How many things are competing for your attention at once? How many shapes are talking? How many colors are speaking? How many objects are quietly asking to be seen? A room can become crowded long before it becomes full. And once that happens, the mind starts carrying more than the room realizes. That's why empty space matters. Not because minimalism is better, not because you need fewer things, but because every room needs silence. Visual silence. A shelf doesn't need to be filled completely. A wall doesn't need to be occupied. A corner doesn't need to perform. Sometimes the most important thing in a room is the thing that isn't there. The space between objects. The pause between details. The moment where the eye can stop searching. That's when the room begins to breathe. And when the room breathes, you usually do too. A clear surface feels good for the same reason a quiet street feels good. Nothing is demanding anything from you. Nothing is asking for a decision. Nothing is pulling your attention away. The room finally allows you to arrive. Maybe that's why some homes feel peaceful the moment you enter. Not because they're perfect, not because they're expensive, but because they know where to be quiet. And maybe the room was never messy. Maybe it was simply asking for a little more silence.